Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teachers Do. I have today with me Ian.
Hello.
And continuing this bit of an Elseworld binge been getting on, makes you wonder what my 100th episode is going to be. We're going to be going over the blue, the gray, and the bat, aka what if Batman was around during the Civil War. Written by Elliot S. Magan, with
Yeah,
pencils by Alan Weiss, and inks by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. Praise be his name.
this is a stellar talent combination.
It is. It really is. I mean, and now do you know about Alan Weiss?
I don't.
You just know about the artist and the ink and the writer and the inker.
Yep, writer and anchor. That's me.
All right. Well then, let's see how well they told this story.
We'll see.
Yada yada. Elseworlds and place taking place from the usual setting. Blah blah blah.
Blah blah.
Turns out Alan Weiss actually helped with the story as well.
Ah, talent.
But yeah, and it's in 1863. Abraham Lincoln had settled into a war of attrition against the Southern Confederacy, and the prenatal construction of the Capitol Dome reflects the chaos across what once upon a time was the Union. Oh boy. So yeah, I gotta say, this is great artwork for Lincoln.
Yeah, pretty solid.
Who? Good evening, Mr. President. Oh, wow, that's a great intro right there.
That's an entrance. How many belts do you need, man?
Two belt. Yeah, well, one's a gun holster, one's the pants belt.
The gun holster should be at angles.
True, and and some artists didn't know that.
Clearly.
Uh, You have gotten further than most glory hunters. But were I not capable of defending myself, sir, yes, I would not have reached this station. I would deride what passes for security in this house, Mr. President, but that is not why you summoned me. True, I am sending you to Nevada. May I ask why? Millions in
Nevada.
gold and silver, which were destined for the war effort, have vanished. The rebels? No. Our agent tells us the precious metals aren't enriching the Confederacy either. Your task is to recover them. Colonel Wayne, you insist on your masquerade. You said you wanted this mission to be undercover. My appearing to be a fop will serve the end. The enemies make will be unable to trace me. I
Oh
anticipate
man,
the
they're
need.
really leaning on the Scarlet Pimpernel here.
Yep, I anticipate the need to do things that appear rather spectacular. Besides, sir, a bat flew into my window the night your messenger arrived. I took it as an omen. But if this is a bad time, this is the best time. I distrust men who are afraid of the dark. Maybe that is why I rather admire your image of the bat. I have only Colonel Carson's regiment out there. No no troops to spare for your use, Colonel Wayne. Carson has worries enough, Mr. President. I know firsthand. I do have one man in the Nevada territory whose honor I trust completely. Who is that, sir? He will identify himself as Agent H. All right. Let's get the guard out, Alfred. So wait, so that's what he looks. Wait, oh, is that a fake mustache?
Well, I mean that's very Scarlet Pimpernel.
Uh-huh. And I shall deal with my lard in my own. Get the lard out, Alfred. I shall be 58 next month, Master Bruce, and I shall deal with my lard in my own time. I'd help, old man. Really, I would, but I know it would not be consistent with the bloody fop you are portraying. No matter, sir. I'm not as frail as I pretend, either. Hold on, just gotta do something quickly. So I'm already liking this so far, aren't you?
Pretty solid.
Yep. Alfred, tell me how I do, and tell me how I do playing the fop. I'll be in Virginia City. Did that man say Virginia City, Auntie? Colonel Bruce Wayne, ladies. May I help you both aboard? Humph! Certainly, since we will be traveling companions. I am Margaret Barnes and Saver, and this is my aunt, Miss Mary Louise Pilchard. Charming, charming. Positively captivating, Alfred. You leave me in good hands. Please wire ahead. I already have, sir. Agent R has secured your gear and will deliver it with Agent A. But it's Agent H now, on the President's judgment. We have already staked our lives and fortunes. Agent H will be in touch in his own time. Master Bruce, I am not sure I subscribe to the tactics we have planned out, but I trust that your parents would be proud. Stiff upper lip, Alfred. See you in Boston. So, a very original take, I will give it.
Yeah, it feels. I don't know if you'll be offended by this take, but it feels sort of like the Jonah Hex movie in setup.
Maybe, possibly. At least we have an original love interest.
I don't know. I like it. Like one of my favorite Elseworlds is the Pirate Batman,
Oh,
and that uses.
Reign of Terror or Terror Reign.
I think they call him Leatherwing in that one.
Oh, that was a different. You're right. I'm thinking your dad's from the annuals. I'm thinking about the other one.
Yeah, there was an annual, and then there was a sequel in one of the
And
showcases.
it was either Showcase or Batman Chronicles.
But it had
No, it was Batman
Selena
Chronicles.
was
It
one
was
of
Batman
his love
Chronicles.
interests in that, and I thought
Yeah.
that was fun.
Driver, we're under attack. Boy, that's a very mannish-looking old woman.
I feel like that might be the Penguin.
I don't think so. Oh, what? Oh, what's the? I identified Agent R
Is
approaching
that
from the horizon and
Robin?
depend on his remarkable. What? Hello?
Is it Robin?
I think it is Agent R. Please don't
Ah,
alarm the driver, Mrs. Pilchard. Miss, of course it's likely the child is pursuing the rather dangerous game of counting coop. Can they count? After a fashion, I'm sure. I believe they tie knots in ropes or something. The idea, you see, is for them to get as close to the enemy as they can and then go home to tell their friends. If you listen hard enough, you can hear the man on the roof has fired a warning shot. That's the signal for the young man to back off. You know quite a bit about savages for a New Englander, sir, Colonel. I read all kapow! It's not the boy. That came from behind. Robert Arnold Armstrong, colloquially known as Bloody Bob, manifested several hundred yards in the rear of our convenience. Surround them, boys! Hey, Claude, are they paying you enough to get up again? Claude! Oh, jeez! Well, at least they're not going to hold back on anything. Um,
so did he get shot?
well, Claude did, yeah, but I'm not sure. He might have. Yeah, I think he did. You all right, boss? I am unhurt. It's good. It's good news, boss. How do, Redbird? I just made contact with HR Sue after he signaled his presence. Good to see you too, boss. Have you got energy and everything? Yeah, boss. It's in the bag. Oh, this was all staged.
Ah,
When I find the man who killed my mother and father, luck will come. Then you see me without war paint. Meantime, it's another Fred here. Apocalypse! Agent A accompanied him as arranged. And can blow in my nose and scratch my ear some other time, though. Let's ride. All right, the jewel's the money. You know what to do. What the bloody hell is that? Thanks for taking out the city boy with the pea shooter on the roof, Clem. Me? I thought you picked him off. Hey, was that a shot? That thing. Time to cut and nothing, you yellow bunch of skunks. But Bob, it's a 7-foot bat on a horse and coming at us. Thus did I dispatch the insurgent, and he ain't stopping, as well as announce my advent to some of the region's more disruptive elements. Damn! Hey there, you son of a snake! Come on back and fight, or I swear I'll slice your ears off. Another time, perhaps. Help! Help me! No need to be alarmed, ma'am. Whoa there! Please tell your fellow passengers that the cavalry officer is not hurt badly. He will make his way back presently. You're, yes, ma'am, I am. The authorities in Virginia City will depose you. Oh, who was that? Masked Batman. When I heard the shot crack near my leg, I lost my balance. Well, you were gallant and brave to go out there, Colonel Wayne. If we are to be neighbors here in Virginia City, Miss Barnsaver, might you consider consent to calling me Bruce? Colonel Bruce, then. And Peggy. Well, Peggy, thank you for making my trip brighter. And now, Now we start our new lives in the great American West. Sir, I'm looking for the local newspaper, the Territorial Enterprise, according to your sign. So you found it. My congratulations. And you are? I'm Sam Clemens, reporter, pressman, delivery boy, and part-time broom pilot. What's it to you, soldier man? I've got a story for you, Mr. Clemens. Don't tell me. The Rebs are coming to make Nevada a slave state. Jeff Davis himself is taking time out of his busy schedule to lay a cotton plantation down in the desert. You're a clever fellow, Clemens. I do it for a living, sir. Fact is, I'm coming here to recruit a regiment. Then you're on a fool's errand, Wayne. And what does that make you? Isn't a man or his family in these parts who's interested in sticking his nose, or isn't a man in that little skirmish back east? I know whereof I speak. I was a Confederate soldier for all of 2 weeks before I realized it wasn't my fight. People don't come to Nevada for the gold or the adventure, son. They come for the silver. Well, if that's how you feel, Clemens, then I won't. And then won't it be an extraordinary sight to see in dozens, maybe hundreds of fine Nevada men flocking to my side? Let's go. Go. Where do you propose to go? Wherever good men gather. Fine. I could use a good drink just now. Again, nice original characters here.
Unless they're in disguise.
You keep saying that. Cavalryman, Bruce Wayne, looking for volunteers for the Union Army. Anyone want to learn to be a man? Don't need to learn, Yankee. Just leave a message with the desk clerk at the stage Flower Hotel. If you're interested in Union Army, my corn butt puss, and let the man talk. He's a decorative officer, decorative by one of Lincoln's pissant generals. Is interested in siding up. Colonel, with all due respects, pissant, this is wartime. Ever hear the word treason, boy? Ever hear the word eat my elbow, boy?
Oh boy.
Just leave your name. He just keeps talking. Just leave your name. They just start fighting all around him. And then, oh boy, your attention, please, gentlemen. And welcome to the first meeting of the Virginia City's Women Temperance Council, where the first order of business is to save you from yourselves. Oh, Lord! Margaret, I appoint you parliamentarian. Look upon the fruit of alcohol and do your duty. Yes, auntie. Oh, my. Hey! I'm not here to brawl, fella, but if that's what I've got to do, I'll stow the tenderfoot act, Colonel Wayne. I'm on to you. Who are named Hickok, James Butler Hickok. You know me as Agent H. The Injun kid told me I could fish you out of this hole, and just in time, too. Nice to know, and my friends are looking for me. He also says you've been hanging in with that pain in the car, Clemens. The kid's around back. Redbird, thought I'd see you again when we were ready to make a move. Got to move in mine, boss. No bones broken, Wild Bill. Oh, Wild Bill!
Yep.
Your frog lady friend, Mary Louise Pilchard, has busted up every tavern that serves alcohol, from Philly to St. Joe. Now she's here. I'm not surprised. That elected lawman is going to arrest a woman. And what elected lawman is going to arrest a woman who stops men from drinking? Maybe she flush out bad guys. So what has my little militia got to report? Us, some progress. Found a source of some additional assistance when it becomes necessary. Manpower. This is a matter of national security, Hickok. How do we know they are closed mouthed and trustworthy? They're trustworthy, boss. Need to be. I like him better than Tanto, Redbird here. He's written better, wouldn't you say? Huh?
Ish.
Would you say he's written better here than Tanto ever was in The Lone Ranger?
It feels like it's only slightly updated.
Well, this was in the 90s, dude.
Yeah, but Tonto was in the 40s.
True.
Why did it take 60 years to fix that?
Yeah, but he's already coming off a lot better, is what I'm saying.
I didn't hate Tonto. I just think that his dialogue was really bad.
But I think this is less broken English, though, wouldn't you say?
I wish they just wouldn't have any.
Right. Come into the stable, Colonel, and meet your real militia. The kids and I call them the Dark Knights. Oh, yeah! Oh, boy. They work the silver mines, cook or clean in town, do ranch labor, whatever. Escaped slaves, every one of them, with a personal stake in the success of Mr. Lincoln's mission. Gentlemen, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Bruce Wayne, and oh boy, I'm so sorry. This, the Dark Knight. It was a different time. It was a different time.
I mean,
I can't see the look on your face right now because when I'm sharing the screen like this. But what look were you giving when I read that?
I'm just kind of like, okay, this would not fly today. I do think that it's very cool that he's got a force of escaped slaves. That's very legit.
Yeah, but the Dark Knight.
That's not something that would fly today.
Yep. I mean, I get it. I get it. It matches the old time days. A free man and citizen of the United States. Nothing new here, boss. They make themselves free. So they did, but we civilized types like to have the records in order. Whoever's stealing the Union gold is well hidden. So we will become visible. Perhaps panic them into revealing themselves. That means annoying them like a mosquito. My specialty once the conspiracy tips their hands, and these men must be ready. We meet tonight at the cave.
Wait, is that guy listening? Is that Sam
Yeah,
Clemens?
no wait. Yep, that is Sam.
Okay,
That
aka Mark Twain.
oh, that makes a lot more sense then. So yeah, it's like, so he was listening in eventually. But first, I wish to demonstrate a recruitment technique. One thing we need to do is make more friends. It is the public who will determine how Nevada ultimately comes down when it becomes a state. We need newspapers, journalists on our side. Isn't that right, Reporter Clemens? How do, Colonel? Got a job for you, Sam. I trust you're a union man. Reckon I am now. Local volunteers and territory. Militia exceeds quota. Thief, pirate, mercenary, slave traders, and Confederates. I'm gunning for you. Batman. This bat fella, some two-bit whip-slinger out to make a name for him for himself. We ought to find him and string him up sometime. Good example.
Violence.
Mm-hmm. This guy's getting in the way of our being able to hide the contraband. Put a couple of guys on finding out who he is. Hey, I'm a getting mighty tired of this here foofara. He's got to be one of the no accounts in Virginia City, probably on the payroll of someone who left out of the big game. Okay, I think there's a bit too many pages for a montage, don't you think? Huh?
Seems I don't know.
One,
It was the
two.
90s. They really liked montages back then.
True, but that many. Nice article, Sam. The old shipment piece was your work, right, Sam? Not someone named Mark Twain. Yeah, that was mine. You've got a good eye for pro style. I've been told I do. In another life, I might have been a detective. Mark Twain, some nautical term, isn't it? Riverboating, actually. One of the great enterprise of the human condition, Bruce. Thought it was time I had a secret identity, too. Has our Miss Barnsever been off the dance floor since she got here? Nah, I think she's going for the record. Seems she's danced with every man in the room except Hickok and me, including the town drunk and the mayor over there. Imagine that, dancing with a politician. Best stake your claim, soldier man. Is that our Jim Hickok in the coat and tie? Talk about secret identities. Then looks about ready to cut in. And something about the glistening cheeks and the twinkle in the eye. What are you waiting for, Jim? Oh, Colonel, I'll get to it. This calls for a man in uniform. Mayor, may I? Oh, I suppose. Oh, Colonel Wayne, whatever could have kept you this long? Your beauty momentarily overpowered my locomotion, Miss Baronsaver, and your aunt is a rather overpowering present as well. Oh, don't mind
Wait,
Auntie Mary
what
Louise.
if this is Holly and Selena though?
Perhaps. I owe
Because
everything.
Batman #1, where Selena is dressed up as an old woman.
That could be the case. Why don't you do it? I'm doing this. Why don't you look up the name of Barnsaver, see if that's been known for anything? Right? I
Okay.
owe her everything to her, Colonel. She's not really my aunt. My guardian angel is more accurate. You mean you haven't always been the belle of the ball? It depends on what ball you mean. I was raised by the employees in a disreputable inn. Auntie rescued me from them. She shut them down. I'll bet she did. You won't think less of me because, Miss Barnsaver, I always think you are a flower among the sagebrush. Oh, Colonel Wayne. I. Next suitor, Miss Barnsaver. I believe you know Mr. Hickok. Tongue back in your mouth, please, James. Enjoy yourself, Jim boy, milady fair. Thank you kindly, Colonel Wayne. Find anything?
Nope, just this story.
All right. You're still only half Indian, Bird. Don't think you can sneak up on me. Saw Francine lawyer from the stagecoach get on the train, boss, and saw and you with the Peggy girl. She is a very good dancer, but I wonder what her real story is. I allowed to Miss Barnsaver that I was interested in any unexpected travel plans of unsavory types. It was, after all, part of my job to investigate such things. Colonel, just the man I want to see. Nice to be seen. I have some information that you might find useful. In an official sense, of course. That French attorney from the stagecoach, Lucien, he mentioned a Captain Harlan Drake. He is to me in San Francisco. Really? Are you sure? Positive. Something about a mineral exporting operation. Peggy speak to no one about this. Directly, she informed that self-same Frenchman of my reaction. Done. The meeting was hurried and nominally concealed, but Agent R took a vantage point where he was occasionally able to read lips. He was able to discern the words Colonel Wayne and secret shipment, and of course, several times, Batman. I confronted the young lady before the afternoon gave out. But I was trying to help you. You seemed so distressed. So I resolved to find out what Lucien was planning. And you used your feminine wiles to do it? I believe I did. To my knowledge at the time, this may have been true. I want you to promise me you won't do anything like that. These people are far too dangerous. Well, then, you should certainly warn Mr. Lincoln's army that those scoundrels plan to smuggle out all of the profit from Bloody Bob's felonious activities, including 6 months' worth of the mine's yield on Captain Drake's ship from San Francisco. Oh, drat. Auntie's here. She disapproves of politics. Humph! And she'll approve of this? Must be off crusading to do, you know. Do take care, Bruce. I shall make a point of it. What ho, Colonel? She is a very good dancer. Sure is that. How would you know, Wild Bill? She came up lamb soon as you dropped her hoof on her. You two will get on fine on the long trip you're taking. Trip? With him? Where? The Frisco tonight. Because I can't spare the Batman and the might be what might be a wild goose chase. I suggest you pack rain gear. So, so yeah, basically they started following them. And meanwhile, they head on out. Think anybody recognize us coming aboard, Clemens? Leastwise, not you. Not in those clothes, Wild Bill. You know, Clemens, you're gonna have to stop calling me that and put away that shooter. Makes you look like a chipmunk with a codpiece. Good one, Jimbo. Go on and in the private car. Make like you're lost. I'll cover you. I'm dubious. Don't look, Baird, but behind us are some people who really can sneak around me around. We may be in trouble. What you mean, we, white man? Whimsic, very whimsic. Moves
That's one of
forward
my favorite quotes. What you
until I
mean,
say
we, white man?
until I say run. Wayne says run, and Hickok says how far. But I'm not cut out for a life of intrigue. I just hope when Hickok says he's got me covered, we have you covered, Monsieur Clemens. Oh, if we met, you will move against the wall, sir. So, oh, they start fighting a bunch of them. We arrest these men, boss? Yes, but our job doesn't stop with them. I'm certain they are no more than Bloody Bob's diversion. This is the Batman? Who are you? A French officer from south of the border? You are astute. Hell, everyone knows the French run Mexico these days. But are you astute enough to have deduced that the attack on Virginia City was a ruse to create enough chaos to ensure our escape? We should not reveal such things. What harm? Oh Lord! And San Francisco, that was even more clever. A red herring to set an ambush for anyone tracking clues. Where does the gold figure in all this? If you don't mind my asking, it is already on its way to Mexico. French soldiers were escorted to across the border, leaving Bloody Bob in the cold. When one is done with a tool, it is discarded. Speaking of discarded, hey Sammy, sorry I'm late. And this one could give me trouble, or could have. As for Frenchie over here, you get to talk at me some more, and you get to live as long as you keep a talking. Look who's all like who's all pulling off this bloodbath I heard tell and through what used to be a door yonder. Armstrong, Bob Armstrong, and his strong armed boys. They think they're all for some of the treasure. That stupid son of a coon dog will keep shooting till he finds what ain't even there no more. Where he hiding out? Tell me, Frenchie. I will tell. I will tell. I bet you will. You can start any time now. So yeah, they jump up and ooh, why Bill, wait for me. Dang me, getting to like that name. So yeah, basically they get word to them about it all and they head on out. Um, hey, Bloody Bob, the boys just picked up the Bat Fella. About that time, were they? We need to talk, Mr. Armstrong. I tell him substantially and what I had determined. There is impending civil disturbance of Virginia City with a diversion. Plan to engage the attention not only of the municipal authorities and Colonel Carson's emergency forces, but of Armstrong himself. As the Comstock ore quietly made its way to Mexico and redistributed among the conspirators, I told him in short, your employers aren't betraying you, Armstrong. String him up. Unfortunately, he did not believe me. You know, I don't even give a snake's butt who you are, you mass hoo-ha. Once your guts go flying over this here canyon, that's the signal for my boys all across this valley to take Virginia City. You fellas all aim nice and pretty, ready to go, Bob. Then why ain't you fired yet? Catch up with the rest of and us when you're done. That's an interesting death trap.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Fortunately, thanks to the invention of Agent R, I was able to daunt his aggressive intentions with regard to my person. You steady, boss? Steady enough. You spare a firearm? Here. So much for my lesson in honor. Hey, boss. Why? Do you have a problem with this? Come to think of it, guess not. Well, let's just hope Jim and Sam rounded up the knights, but fast, because that cannon fire set kind of cuts throats for a mile around, all converging on sleepy little Virginia City with the rest of the gang riding out of this canyon. I see a dust cloud up ahead, Jim. Do you think? Don't think. I know. It's strong arms boys. With that loud tub of sweat, Bloody Bob sitting in the middle of them. No problem, boys. Just look at what the feds got to put against us. So yeah, they're all leading to a big, huge fight and shootout. A ribbon and a scalp. It's her ribbon. Oh man, he's collected scalps. I had hoped to bring in Robert Arnold Armstrong to face the municipal authorities.
That's a no.
Did not remit. I know that ribbon. What ribbon, boy? Redbird? Redbird! My mother wore that ribbon in her long yellow hair. You bloody Indian and slaughtering savage! Redbird, what in the world? Killed my father, took my mother, killed her too. I watched him. My father's sister stuffed fur in my mouth and held me under a blanket while I watched. He took her, scalped her in her ribbon. I was 7. Chief, strong arms boys are routed. Good, Armstrong. Good. Armstrong died. Get Clemens. He should hear and wire Colonel Carson's garrison. Thanks, boss. And thanks, boss. Would it help if I told you I'm proud of you? Wouldn't believe you. Was that you who swooped down and knocked off the guy who had the drop on me? We both needed the exercise. Good job, gentlemen. All in a day's work. My report to Lincoln will reflect well on both. May even ease some path. Redbird and I will try to intercept the wagon train along the lower Colorado, Sam. Tell some good stories, hey, Jim. Get a real job, will you? You're due for a marshal's badge. All I need. Be careful, Chief. You steady, Redbird? Steady enough. Let's head south. That wagon train already has a big lead. Who was that masked man?
Hi-yo, Silver, away.
Yep, So they make their way down there and oh, well, Auntie, neither Bloody Bob nor Batman are problems any longer, are they? They were even greater fools than most men, and we were more clever than most men or women. Is that right, Auntie? You can stop calling me that and start seeking about what we'll do in Mexico City with all these riches. I thought how to get us this far. Guess I can do that too. What a mind on you, girl. Here's where we split, Red Robin. Get a signal to Carson. Okay, boss. And keep an eye out for Lancer's troop. I don't know where their rendezvous point is. You'll need something quieter than that gun, boss. The signal. Colonel Carson's training never covered the bow and arrow, but it's amazing the talent you pick up along the way. Be tough, Redbird. Bye, boss. See you, Apocalypse. So, arrows must be engines. Where are you going? Let's get out of it. We ain't getting paid to fight Redskins. I told you you can depend on man. Oh, you can depend on one. Excuse me, Mr. Batman, sir. Surely you must know that we are not fools. That being the case, do you think we would be caught unprepared? Turn around and look at our real escort. Impressive. Since I was standing in Nevada, I believe that I saw next constituted, at least nominally, an invasion of the United States by French troops based in Mexico. Apocalypse? Lady, if you excuse me, get him! He burned our wagons! Get him! Oh no, and there goes Apocalypse. Those sons of whores killed my horse!
Goodness, harsh language from Bruce Wayne.
And I'm empty too. Can I have failed after all this? Hey, boss, look what I stole! Redbird, did you find Carson? Think so. Couldn't get in to see him. You should have brought Wild Bill here instead. They'd have believed him. I'm just glad to see you and a good cavalryman. Were they far? Nah, even told one to tell Colonel your real name. Figured what the ooh, damn it! Get away, boss. Ride. No sense of us both getting shot. I'll be proud to die in your company. Hey, don't matter now anyway, boss. Angel's coming. I'm afraid you're delirious. There is. I thought bats had good ears. Can't you hear? Angels. Word got to Colonel Carson. He remembered you. Wow. So, yeah. Kit Carson, I presume. Oh, hang the mystery man garbage. Only reason I came is because I heard it was you. Yeah, you're still the most berserk young officer I ever trained. What is it now? Invasion, slave rebellion, piracy, all of the above, and an attempt to loot the Union mines. Figures. Do take care, my flower among the sagebrush. No, you're not. Not that bloody fop. I'll tell. Do you think anyone will believe you? Soldiers, give this man whatever he wants. Just see that my friend here gets decent medical care, Colonel. And Redbird, you look better without the war paint. I recommend, sir, the greatest dispatch in admitting Nevada to the Union. I remain your humble servant, Lieutenant Colonel Bruce Wayne, U.S. Cavalry. P.S. Upon my return, we will confer regarding your personal security, which I continue to believe is less than satisfactory. It was a free state as soon afterwards, were they all. The wealth of the Comstock lode secured, President Lincoln continued to isolate and chip away at the forces of disunion. On the 31st of October in the year 1864, with still far less than requisite population, Nevada became the 36th state by wartime proclamation of President of the United States. So, how was that?
Unlike a lot of Elseworlds, I kind of wish it had been shorter. I feel like once Redbird gets his revenge, I got kind of tired of it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And it felt like Batman in the place of the Lone Ranger.
Well, yeah, obviously there were tons of that.
Yeah, but it didn't feel much like Batman though.
No, like I said, the Jonah Hex movie was the thing that came to mind.
You know what other Elseworlds reminds me of? It was the one where hold on, it was Scar of the Bat, where Elliot Ness becomes Batman. You know, the man who took down
Yeah, I know,
Wonder
the
Woman.
Untouchables.
Yeah. So it reminds me something similar to that, you know,
Huh.
where basically, you know, it's not even Bruce, and well, in this case, it was Bruce Wayne, but
But
still,
like what what difference, like that character could have been named Percy Blakeney or the Lone Ranger. Like he wasn't really Batman.
he wasn't, and there wasn't any other connections besides Redbird, and that was pushing it.
Now I understand why people got cranky about Batman Incorporated.
Why?
Well, Batman Incorporated is not in Gotham, and it's not really a noir story. It's not very Batman-y. I think Batman
True, but at
Incorporated.
least Batman is still out there, though. There's not like an alternate universe, though.
Well, yes, and it has. I love the first volume of Batman Incorporated, but I understand now why some people didn't. I don't dislike it, but this one I was just like, it doesn't feel like Batman anymore. Like, why did it have to be Bruce Wayne? Why couldn't it be Colonel Clark Kent? Why
No,
couldn't
he's
it?
cool. No, well, there is a civil war for Superman.
Right, but
A
like,
nation
what I'm
divided.
saying is there was nothing to this Batman that made
He
him Batman.
shot and killed people too.
Also, well, I mean, he's a colonel, but like, still.
Well, yeah, but there's nothing about him that's Batman other than the skies. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
had a nice opening. I will say that it had a good opening. The stuff with Lincoln and all that. But they should have at least revealed that, like you were predicting, that the lady was Selena or someone, like using a fake name. Because I'm sorry, once it was revealed that she was lying to him and you know and everything, it was so clear then she was manipulating everything. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. I don't know. I see what he was going for, but I just feel like it wasn't.
I give this a 5 out of 10 if I had to rank it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's fair. It
Five,
wasn't bad, but it
the
definitely wasn't
artwork
great.
was good but not phenomenal. Again, it
Yeah.
seemed to start strong but then paper off at the end.
Yeah, I felt like I got a little tired maybe visually.
I think maybe Elliot S. Maggott was given too many pages to work with.
Again, I really think it should have been a little bit shorter. Cut that last little plot line out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he got his revenge and everything, and it just got too convoluted. And again, Mark Twain and Buffalo Bill, what was the point then other than, hey, they were there?
History.
I mean, Lincoln is one thing. That made sense.
No, Lincoln made sense, but like I didn't see why those other two needed to be there.
Okay, Buffalo Bill to a degree, I think made some sense.
I mean, it's not that they don't make sense, but like, why do you need them in the story?
I know. This just felt like this felt like a mixture of the Lone Ranger mixed with Wild Wild West.
And and
You said Jonah
Scarlet
Hex
Pimpernel.
and Scarlet Pimpernel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. Who knows? Whatever we might ever meet up and talk on again. There's so many Elseworlds I want to go through. So we'll see you all on the next one. Take care.